to them.
Yeah.
So we're not using the business of complaining. Rather, we try to, as much as possible, go by certain rules. That has to do with the weather. You are driving, when you are traveling or you're walking, you have to be very, very careful. So that's just the way it is. So
it's
I'm
extra
good.
cold this year, or looks like it. I don't know.
Oh, those are the impacts. Of course, we're going to dwell on this today. Those are the impacts of the climate change, and people sometimes don't understand transformation.
Absolutely.
And that means you need to do research. You need to understand what is going on around you, or listen to those who have information. Yeah. If you go to hospitals today, you see a lot of people are down with won't open up their mouth and they say just straight out away. So you need to really be careful all the way around. Even the fruits you buy, of course, this season also come with new yam and bumi, trust. Those are things I like so much. Fortunately, fasting has come. So for the next 70 days.
Today, Creative Nigeria, we are always about you having the very best 1 hour with us, because from 10 a.m. hope to be able to make the time that you spend with us worthwhile. I must say that it's a full studio again. It's a full house again, and we have so much. So let me just introduce those who are with us this morning. Starting, I wanted to say starting with the ladies. She's a Yoruba poet who I'm sure you've heard her before. For those who have listened. That's such a good way to welcome you all. I have welcomed you in our English, and now we have welcomed you with our Yoruba. I hope you do feel very welcome. Always be back. It's good to have you in the house, and you know how our weather is. So I hope you are prepared to, at least encourage us one way or another about what to do. Day before has brought us extra news, and she's saying it's not over yet. So segment debuting today. So a very, very warm welcome to you. Good morning. So let's kick it off right away. For those who've seen what we've advertised, we're also going to be joining us via the phone lines, the Conservator General of the National Park Service of Nigeria, and the person linking up with him via the phone lines, and we'll be speaking with him. That's the times government giving relief funds, giving intervention funds towards something, that something really needs attention. As a female soccer team, the Super Falcons, and then an inspiration to people and a nation so gifted but badly are coming, and the good things that we hoped for Nigeria proud again. In your little king about water, a meteorological agency has warned us. Lagos, Anambra, Benue, Ebonyi, the Conservator General, James, and together we shall be giving tips on what, raining its havoc on these are not limiting its havoc. Trembled on Monday, and we prayed because indeed the rains they gave us quite a scare. Insurance coming up also is sponsored by Sehems Travels, and it will trend just as we can allow Motesho. It's a must listen. And just last week during the just concluded EFTAN AGM, and she's entitled Art is Life, a new segment in our banquet of programs, specially prepared, specially put together for your listening enjoyment. So we want you to call your friend, to call another friend, to call all your neighbors, your friends. You're too busy. We do not want you to shirk your responsibility. And we'll be back after this break.
My people, we dey Port Harcourt. Na AfriJet fly Gabon. They carry you go Central Africa. From Port Harcourt, na 4 flights we dey get for fly. Go Libreville, Douala, Cotonou, Brazzaville, Sao Tome, Malabo, and beyond. Now we go carry you waka sharp sharp. Na Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday we dey fly now. AfriJet fly Gabon. Go make you smile. I swear. Comfort, style, and price wey sweet so tey. AfriJet fly Gabon. Now your ticket to meet. For business, meet family. Just book your seat today. AfriJet fly Gabon go carry you from Port Harcourt to Central Africa in no time. AfriJet fly Gabon. Na AfriJet fly Gabon 8092 to book your flight, or you fit sharply visit our office for Menji Building, 79 Tombia Extension, New GRA, Port Harcourt. AfriJet fly Gabon.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us here on Mainland 98.3 FM. If you recall, we were able to link up with him all the way in Abuja. EGM, that's the Federation of Tourists. To the newly elected leaders.
Like every other thing that men do, and God factor out of what men do, then that means possibly, I believe, by standard of God too. It went well. For everything that comes the way of a man, a nation, a people, there must be, God factor and go hand in it, so that we were able to do. So I mean, that's something that we should celebrate.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so thank God for that. It all went well, so new leaders have been elected. Do you have any advice for the new leaders?
They say, why don't you set an agenda? You don't set a.
Sure.
I say, what do you idea? So, so it's not akara,
Indeed.
It's not. There must be unification, and that's what, like the last president, he went to them and said, look, election is over. Let us join hands together and all this. So that unification point, you have to take up government and say, look, we can't continue to be dancing around the table. Okay, we need to move. It's not NTDA. He said, look, the workshops are all over. All this gathering is over. Let's do some practical things. And that's what people want, experience. Let's show some experience. Let's say I have experience. I can't remember. So those things should be something we throw, in. So, I mean, for me, those are areas, that I need to do. How do you unify those possibly who didn't vote for you? Who lost? But again, it's for the sake of Nigeria. That election, both in men and women. Where I was sitting down quietly, because a lot of people also were there. They didn't even understand. A lot of work, okay? And of course, Nigeria, within 2-3 months, you see the criticisms are coming. So whoever is there now, the new president, should be ready for that, okay? Just like that criticism. But I say, I need you to come join me in this journey so that we can make Nigeria great again, okay? So that's the way it is. So that's the little I can say as far as that election is concerned. Because a lot of things, I told a friend who called me yesterday, I said, everybody's waiting for me to write. But I'm going to disappoint, I mean, the box stops on their table now. So in Nigerian tourism, we've passed the level of sloganerism.
Talk is cheap.
It's very, very cheap. Leader, even at Nigeria as a whole, and those who are also leading. Because without I don't understand. Then you are still hurting. Doesn't make sense. Okay, that's why the Bible says, look, that's just I have said. Like I said, a lot of people are waiting for me. Because I don't thrive in toxic environments. Don't microwave lies and propaganda. It doesn't.
You bring your expertise to the table, and it is noticed.
Walk away, really. I must confess to you, but that's not what I'm sent to do on earth. So I still have sisters there, in the system. Even out there, just an thing. I said, look, you better do what is right. Okay, I mean, those are what you do. So if you love people, you tell them the truth.
Yes.
Okay, that's the way it is.
Wow. We could go on and on.
Maybe it's another day. I told you, we don't talk about those things for now. Let's just be on holiday,
and watch.
We
all want this to succeed, and we want the industry, especially, to move forward.
Let me just. There's a lot of things even the federation can't do because and I decided to just say, I walked away.
Wow.
All I did is just stay by side and say, advise you what you do, because we need some kind of revolution.
Yes,
to move.
Is moving forward, actually. So we need dynamic minds.
I mean, you need to see what is happening as people come around here.
Indeed.
And have the best. Touch me. I'll tell you. Ours is practical. It's not.
So it's not just theory.
And of course, we tell the story anyway.
Yeah, we eventually tell. It's real, especially for our industry. We need people like you to just always speak truth and bring your expertise to the table as well. We will put a call through to the conservative. Welcome to Nigeria's creative powerhouse, the National Council for Arts and Culture, NCAC. Here, we discover, nurture, and promote the creative economy through our diverse cultures, festivals. Colony's biggest cultural festival, the National Festival International Arts and Crafts Expo, brings the world to our doorstep. Welcome back. And Conservator General of the National Park Service of Nigeria, Dr. Ibrahim Musa Goni. Good morning, sir. Oh dear. Okay. While we try to, establish that connection with Dr. Goni, Frank, you want to paint us a scenario? We want to talk about, the.
Yeah, but my worry, is. And I've only been there for many years, Bumi. It's not just because this rain, even when it was dry, we were seeing the impact. It has always been there. Yeah. We don't pay attention to this. We kill all the fauna resources. We say we want bushmeat and all the canals today. Bumi, I said last week or 2 days ago when the man released 191 persons dead. About we are going towards Bonny, and we cut off because of erosion. Of course, Bᴜɪrᴍɪ in Anambra State. Yeah. These are water-related areas, okay? In Niger State. Of course, you saw the one that happened a month ago. Disaster. In fact, the first lady just said, and that's critical. In Lagos, on Monday, saw what happened. It has always been happening. So the question you ask yourself is, how prepared are we? That money really be used for what it is? Have we invested in crane and infrastructures and all those things that could really, when we have challenges like we can have, can really do it. So, I mean, that's just a problem. Our nature, for instance, our forest ecosystem. Yeah. And that's why you have the Conservator General of the Federation coming up and all those. How have we prepared to manage what we have? And it's true. Ogun State here, go. You see what Frank. CG, welcome back. We're waiting on for you.
Welcome, sir.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, sir. Good morning and welcome to the show. It's good to have you on the show. Indeed, we need your expertise. We need your your knowledge, your wealth of knowledge to be brought to bear on the situation that is in the country at the moment. So many states are affected. And of course, part of that will be our floodplains, where some of those areas fall within your purview, within your truly understand. I mean, I know you understand why it's important, but can you help Nigerians to actually understand why it's important to take adequate precaution?
Like you would have said, it's an issue that is not relenting on its efforts. Just between yesterday and yesterday, the Ministry of Environment has paid attention to the imminent flood. This state, yes, it's a warning for the state to prepare that from the 5th of August, the rains are going to be severe. And the role of the issue of climate change. Yeah. The oceans, the ice are also melting and adding their volume to the seas and the ocean. And several governments will want to relocate some of these people that are around the banks of the river. They believe that their ancestors have lived in this place and they have successfully lived in this place. So there's no reason for any government to move there. Our practices are also a factor that we should also look at. This is why the attention of Nigerians to pay attention to. People are filling back land. People are embarking on why the start river when there's runoff. Why do expect the valley to come from?
Thank you, sir. I just want to look a little further because of the Ministry of Environment. How prepared, is the Park Service, is the National Park Service, to be able to mitigate whatever, comes of this flooding.
There's no community around the park area that has once been flooded. This is because of the vegetation in that area. Vegetation does not encourage runoff. Yes. So there's minimal runoff around in tree planting. So we hope that in 2-3 years, these trees will be able to salvage the flood. So for us to say how prepared are we in the national, we are always prepared. Okay. And the irrigation, we try to go back for restoration. Thank you.
Thank you so much too, sir. It's good to hear that the national parks, they're always prepared. But there's a little bit of, will I call it a confusion now? We have forest guards and we also have park rangers. What exactly is the difference between?
Well, the forest guard is an initiative. And the national park is a statutory establishment of the federal government.
Okay.
So the forest guard is an initiative it's an interplay between the state as far as our constitution is concerned. It is the prerogative of the state and local government. So the idea of forest guard, he said it is a collaboration between the states and the federal government.
Okay.
The states are to recruit volunteers. The federal government will now train these volunteers and provide the needed working equipment for them to man the forest areas in their localities. Yes, within their states. So any forest guard from Niger State cannot be moved away from Niger State to another state. Any forest guard in
clearer now, at least for those who considered them to be the same before, now you know the difference between the two. I want to just hand you over to your friend.
He's always Mr. Strategist. He actually been in the system. We grew in the system, got to where he is today, and that is experience. And that is why you see, I think government also is making the national park the focal age also. Maybe when he retires, I'm also going to take the same measure. It's not that he leaves and the place goes down. And that's one of the beauty of the National Park Service, that it being well structured, that professionals will run the place. And of course, you see how I explained the forest guard. Because, Nigeria is a very funny place. Before you know it now, somebody is a forest guard, and I say he's a park ranger. So it's not within the protected environment, which is under the National Park Service. So I just want to say, well done, sir. We are following here.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us on the show this morning.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. We've been speaking with the Conservator General of the National Park Service of Nigeria, Dr. Ibrahim Musa Goni. He's a friend of the house. And of course, you can we'll take a break. When we come back, we will continue with the show.
The very, very best. You make our world go round. This is why we'll always be your anchor.
At Anchor Insurance, we will always turn up for our clients when it really matters. We put in 100% because they mean the world to us. If you desire insurance services built around you, where claims are paid promptly, then
you are the very, very best. Oh, yeah. You make our world go round. And this is why we'll always be your anchor.
Anchor Insurance, where insurance truly works.
Adeniji on your radio, and joining me via the phone lines this morning should be a representative from Anchor Insurance.
Good morning. I wish you good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. Frank is
good
also
morning,
here.
Frank.
Chiba, good morning. The man we're looking for.
Honestly. Okay.
I'm here.
Okay. Good to have you.
Good to have. Good. Thank you for having me, and good morning to our dear listeners.
Good morning. Okay, so householder insurance is the one that we're going to, zoom in on. What exactly is a household insurance policy?
Now, it could be a homeowner that pays rent or the homeowner that owns the residence, being content or any part of the building or the structure policy or homeowner policy includes fire, theft, flood, covering the period until the claim is
homeowners right now. Maybe not due to any fault of policy.
Yeah, under the sense.
Okay.
The first major is occurrence of natural perils.
Benefits. That's a policy holder. It's someone who picks up a house.
Apart from providing insurance coverage for that, we have a team of law surveyors that will come and assess and let's say there might be poor drainage system, and they will help out to provide solutions, prevention. So these are some of the tips we on, and services we offer: burglary, handling of items in the house, in the apartment.
Yeah.
So-called loading and unloading risk. So when such events occur, we take care of it.
This particular policy, I believe, is one that every householder should actually pick up. This is all we'll be able to take on this segment this morning, Chima, unfortunately, because time, is never a friend on radio. A topic that I trust that by next week again, we will give it a rounder, of this particular time that we're in, where the rains are, wreaking havoc.
Looking forward to conclude this discussion next week.
I can't wait myself. Back, we'll continue with the show. Please stay with us. Barrister, actually, Mike Akman, who is going to take us further on copyright laws.
A trademark, taking into account that our earlier episode had identified trademarks as one of the intellectual property rights that can only be obtained through registration. For purposes of clarity, a trademark is simply a mark used by a business owner to distinguish identity in the global marketplace. It is also a link between your business and the consumers and customers. So a business without a trademark is like a person without any form of identity of these elements. But a suitable mark should have the capacity to stand out and give a distinct identification to the product or services in which it is used. Quick examples of very famous as trademarks: we have our own Tɣᴇ, Mercedes-Benz, Gucci, McDonald's, Toyota, Honda, and Ford. In terms of numeric marks, we have 212 for Cologne. For later marks, examples include CNN, IBM, BMW, and KFC. For a mark to qualify for registration, there must be trademark is about 7 stages. First, you need to identify the appropriate class for your good or service. There are about 45 classes under which a mark could be registered. For example, in Class 38, there is provision for registration of marks relating to testing. A trademark can actually be registered in more than one class. In such a situation, an applicant must pay multiple fees to reflect all the classes that he intends to file or register the trademarks. The second stage of services to ascertain that the availability of the mark is in place and that the mark is not similar to or in conflict with an existing trademark. An application for registration can then be submitted to the Registrar of Trademarks with required documents such as the name, address, nationality, email, and telephone number of the applicant, agent, or a lawyer to act on your behalf, and then the specification of the particular class or classes of goods and services your trademark will be registered. The Trademark Registry will issue an acknowledgement of that application at this stage. As soon as you lodge your application, trademark examiners at the registry will conduct an examination of the proposed mark in line with provisions of the Trademarks Act. The examiner may either issue acceptance letter or refusal letter subject to the to be suitable or not sufficiently distinctive. Then it will be rejected at that point. Once a mark is accepted, it will be published in the Trademark Journal for the general public to be aware of the intended registration of the proposed mark. There is a 60 days window period for anyone who may wish to oppose the registration to notify the applicant, who is mandated to file his response within 1 month. The Registrar of Trademark will conduct a proceedings to determine the merits or otherwise successfully resolved in favor of the applicant. The certificate of registration will be issued for the trademark sought to be registered upon application for same by the applicant after 60 days from the date of publication. So once registered, the trademark for as long as the mark is in use. On a final note, prospective applicants for trademark registration are advised to use certified trademark agents and accredited professionals who can provide pre-registration advice to avoid the pitfalls or opposition of registration, which can lead to higher costs of patents. My name is Mike Akpan. This is Nuggets on Intellectual Property and Copyright by Creative Nigeria on Mainland 98.3 FM.
That I picked out two keywords from what he said, and that make sure that they are certified and they're accredited. There are ways for you to check that out. You have questions, you can always call us on the show. Just hit us up on our social media platforms, or I'm just going to take we're debuting a new segment on the show. It's called Art is Life, and handling that is Onyedika Ezike. Good morning again to you, Ezike Onyeka. Just introduce us to what Art is Life is about. Art is Life, I mean.
Okay, good morning, Ma. Good morning, sir. It's nice to be. It's a segment that talks about art. We'll be taking a part out of it. Let me not let
indeed is life, and the show is called Cʀᴇ. Thank you so much, Onyeka, for that. We look forward to your segment next time around, because every segment usually comes up in a fortnight. Well, we also would like to apologize. We should have had to our new segment, and just before I read the news, we will have our
Do you also know that vacation, health, tourism, advisory services on foreign education requirements unparalleled anywhere? Do you want number 8 Gashua Close, Area 8 Garki, Abuja, or our Lagos area office at the Excellence Place, 38 Oladimeji Law Street, off Freedom Way, opposite Vest, Abuja, 090-8058-9150. Social media handles info@sehemstravels.com or www.sehemstravels.com. Sehems Travels, bridging horizons through travels.
Alert warning of heavy rainfall over a 5 days period from August 5th to August 9th, and today is 7th, which is the 19 states, and they've highlighted 72 specific locations, so you should check that, take the warning seriously, and try to get emergency responses. Try to figure out what lines you can call in case there's need for an evacuation.
Thank you, Olwebube. Thank you so much. We need to react positively to these emergencies. Well, let's go straight to our news. Music, movies, brown water economy, insurance news, and sports tourism in conjunction with Sehems Travels. Edited by Frank Meke. In the immediate qualities while in office, Runshewe ensured that the tenure of embossed in Nigerian colors and the picture's strategic collaboration was and a giant artistic work in his has ever received such recognition, has remained the undisputed face of his modest contribution. Pleasantly surprised indeed, but knowing the ending of me and also to my entire team. I am grateful to be alive to see today. Leftan Otumba Segun has enjoined all industry stakeholders that Nigeria should come from acrimonious issues in the federal elections. Bolaji Kilani emerged as Susan Akporiaye emerged unopposed as the treasurer. Uche Wilson, the second national deputy president of Southeast region. Faithful and beautiful Faith Essien. News this morning, the rains are here with unbelievable deluge impact, and Nigerians are on edge. The Nigerian meteorologist, the rains gave birth to a flood scare, shutting down traffic in most parts of the state, with residents caught off guard, abandoning their homes for safety in areas with higher grounds. The state government finds a solution. Well, that's the size of our news this morning. That's what we have time for, actually, morning that has, been full of education for you across all social media platforms, and just engage us there. Some of these Adeshola Akewi, our darling Yoruba poet, who is going to just give us an outro, a good get. After the show rounds up, programming continues on.
bó tilẹ̀ jẹ́ páyé ò ní gbà mí ẹ̀rí wọ́n sì sọ̀tẹ̀nu tẹ́dí ìyá sí ń jẹ́ ká gbà kíkọ tòun tọ̀rọ̀ bá mi sọ. àyè ni ò gbà mí ìwọ̀n bá ṣàlàyé rẹ̀ délẹ̀ ìwọ jàre. bó bá ti ìwà ìyá tí ń bájọ́ mi àlọ́ dìjọ́ mi ọjọ́ rẹ̀.